Hello, this is Postdoc Chronicles week number 35. And before I begin, typically my videos are 1080p, but my cell phone right now is really running low on memory. And so I decided to make this video 720p because, there's really not much difference, at least when I view it on my laptop or usually on my phone or my iPad. There's usually very little difference between 720p and 1080p. So I'll go back to the usual 1080p if I can clear out my cell phone memory because it's really very low right now, and I think I can save like around half memory when I use 720p. But anyway, before we go to the Postal Chronicles week number 35, right here I'm featuring the game called Guacamelee 2 on the Nintendo Switch. And so the weird thing is that when I checked the eShop last weekend, so typically this game Guacamelee 2, the sequel to Guacamelee 1, typically this goes for like $20. Okay, and on top of that, if you want to get the complete bundle, the complete package, you have to obtain the DLC on top of it, and I think you'll be paying like upwards of around $26. Okay, but the funny thing is currently this game is on sale at like $17 on the eShop right now. And so what I did is I've been playing this game on the PS Vita. So I have it here, my Vita. I have here the first Guacamelee 1, and so when I learned that the bundle is on sale, which is weird because the base game is still $19, $20. It's not on sale. So right now the entire thing, the base game with the bundle is 17, but then if you buy the base game, it's more expensive. So I took that opportunity right away. So what I did is this weekend, so I've been playing that game before, Guacamelee on the PS Vita. So what I did is I finished it over the weekend. So basically Guacamelee is this very interesting Metroidvania with a very nice art style that has some, Mexican folklore and stuff. And it's really very humorous. There are a lot of like cameos and a lot of like they for example, in the background, if you look very carefully, they refer to games that came before it, like VVVVV, Super Mario Brothers, and all those things. And I've heard Guacamelee 2 also does that even better. Okay, because even the first one, it just refers to these games, but this game right here, it actually uses some of the gameplay elements of some famous indies like Limbo, for example. Okay, but yeah, I finished Guacamelee during the weekend. It's really very good. It's very funny. It's not that long. So for example, if you compare it to Metroidvania like Hollow Knight is way longer. But yeah, this one, it's still very good. The platforming section is really, it's really hard because you have to chain in order the different abilities of one. The luchador is the main character here, and of course, when you do battles, the gimmick, the nice thing, the unique thing about this game is that it's all about combo. It's all about racking up huge combos against your enemy. Because typically when you do Metroidvania, you walk, there's an enemy, you just slash it and then it dies. For example, it dies after like 3 hits. Here, it's usually what it does is it traps you in an arena with very many enemies, and what it does is you have to chain a lot of combos in order to kill all those enemies. And yeah, I finished that game on the PS Vita. I'm very excited to play this one on the Nintendo Switch, because this right here, the sequel, is unfortunately not on the PS Vita anymore. Okay, so I have it on the Vita and then I have it on the Switch, and I really wanted to support this studio known as Drinkbox Studios, because they really make some very amazing indie games. I think they're also the ones who made Severed, but I don't like that game very much because it's touchscreen intensive. But yeah, anyway, my cell phone right now is already complaining that it has a low memory. So yeah, let me get into the postdoc what I did. So last week, on the side of the dihiggs project with Zhong, I was able to simulate events, and I was able to produce the relevant distributions that the collaborators wanted to see. And so right now, one of our Indian collaborators, who is I think currently in Finland, he will be studying the standard model backgrounds for our 4B plus MET signal. Okay, so he's gonna look at what backgrounds are relevant and whether or not the distributions that I plotted could still rise up. Those signals could still rise against the background. Okay, and yeah, I'm also gonna look at some mass distributions plots just to check if our final state could reconstruct the masses of the Higgs that is part of our decay chain. And on the other hand, in our stealth susy project with the PAC, again, I've been focusing on the substructure variable, which is the ECF, the energy correlation function, which basically tells you how many prongs you have in your large jet, how many prongs is found within that substructure. Okay, but the weird thing right now is that this ECF, like the best substructure that we have currently, it doesn't even tell us a lot of things we want regarding the like it sort of doesn't help us in making the mass peak even higher. And the reason is that it is the ECF, it's the most promising of all the substructure variables. But when I plotted all the substructure variables against the mass itself, the thing is, it's as if all these substructure variables are already correlated in the mass peak that we want. Okay, like they are also found where the mass peak is. And so yeah, if ever we're going to use them to discriminate, or we want the signal to be stronger using these substructure variables, they won't be that helpful because all of them are located in the peak already. So it would be nice if like some of them are located on the peak and then some are located outside it. And so we would say, this should be within the mass window because our peak should have this specific substructure property, but that's not the case currently. But yeah, anyway, another thing that I wanted to do is we want to compare the efficiency of our what we've been doing. So already did that, the signal, the area under the signal, and then under the background, and then you do the S over square root of S plus B, and then you compare it with the Atlas, the analysis that's being used by Atlas in their simulated events, and then check if you have a better efficiency than them. Okay, so the problem is, so I did it with ours, but I'm still looking at the Atlas paper. I still couldn't figure out, how exactly you would extract the efficiencies from the Atlas paper, because sometimes when I look at S over square root of S plus B, the signals that I'm seeing, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing, but sometimes they have 0 in there, okay? And so, like trivially, ours already has a better efficiency because in the Atlas paper, it says 0, but yeah, I think I'm doing it wrong. But yeah, anyway, so another thing that I'm doing right now, which I'm gonna be focusing on this week because Deepak is currently at CERN, is right now I have now the outline of the paper that we're writing. So I'm going to, write things in there, the introduction, the background, the theory and stuff, and the things that we did so far, the computational analysis that we've been doing so far, and so that we already have the structure of the paper. And then later on, once we get the jet substructure results and the efficiency results, we just have to, show it in the paper. And so hopefully, I don't know, by end of February or early March, we already have like a very rough draft of the paper that we'll be having. Okay, but yeah, anyway, that is my Postdoc Chronicles week number 35. So I'm still gonna eat my dinner. See you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.